New Generations presents. On a gusty day in a mist-laden forest, enveloping a grand estate, a sleek, luxurious car, tailed by an imposing white truck, glided up the mansion's drive. From the car stepped an aging, bald man, his trench coat flaring in the wind, flanked by armed men in sharp black suits, ever vigilant. As they reached the doorstep, a single ring of the bell echoed through the air, and moments later, the door creaked open. Standing there was a vampire, his aura dark and foreboding, like a shadow given form.
What a pleasant surprise. Right in time for dinner. Well, did you fulfill your end of the bargain?
As promised, we've brought you one virgin girl, one mid-aged woman, and one boy.
Bring them to me and I will see that you are paid.
Very well. You heard the sick bastard. Bring them to the porch. Good, my men will take them to your chambers for you.
Well done, old man. Take your prize. If my wife approves, I shall request your services once more.
Ah, you flatter me. It was a pleasure doing business with you, Cutler, sir.
No, the pleasure is mine.
Oh my! You all are just perfect. So young and innocent, so weak and helpless. So delicious. It's just exquisite. I can taste your fear. It's so divine that I might have to take a little bite to hold me as I wait for my husband to finish his nap. Oh, poor thing. I was too much for her to handle. Fortunately for her, I don't like eating my food when it's asleep. I guess I'll just have to settle for one of you two. What's going on? This is a secluded and veiled residence.
Outside the mansion, the bodyguards gripped their weapons tightly, their nerves on edge. They were bracing for the arrival of two trespassers, dangerous figures who had already slain several of their comrades and left destruction in their wake, tearing through camps like a storm. Their eyes darted to the darkened tree line, knowing the threat was close and ready to strike again.
Twinrova is here! A young man and woman are coming this way. Shoot on sight. I repeat, shoot on sight. We cannot let them anywhere near the master.
Soon enough, their eyes widened in disbelief as a young woman emerged from the shadows, effortlessly carrying a massive tree over her shoulder. She moved with an unsettling grace, her presence commanding, as if the weight she bore was nothing more than a casual burden. The air around her seemed to still, and the guards tensed, knowing this was no ordinary trespasser. Madeline strode forward, unfazed as bullets rained down upon her, piercing her skin without so much as a flinch. It was as if pain had no place in her world. With a swift motion, she hurled the massive tree straight at the mansion, sending the guards flying, their balance shattered. The tree crashed into the estate with a deafening roar, obliterating the front entrance and leaving the doorway in ruins. The tree hurtled through the air like a missile, with such devastating force that it ripped through the guards, tearing limbs and severing bodies in a brutal instant. Those caught in its path stood no chance, their forms obliterated in a spray of carnage, leaving nothing but chaos and destruction in its wake. Or soared through the air. Stetson's sharp eyes scanned the room, calculating in an instant. He swiftly counted the guards, and, within seconds, mapped out his next move with surgical precision. Every detail registered, and he was ready to strike before the door even touched the ground. As the door flew, Stetson launched himself from it with cat-like agility, crashing down onto a guard. The force of his landing alone was enough to slam the guard's head into the floor, leaving him with severe brain damage. Before the others could react, another guard raised his pistol and fired. But Stetson was quicker. He darted forward, delivering a brutal punch to the guard's gut, dropping him in an instant. Without missing a beat, Stetson snatched the guard's knife, expertly hurling it at another who was still struggling to recover from the impact of the tree, dropping him where he stood. Without a moment's hesitation, Stetson moved like a blur, effortlessly tearing through 3 more guards, each one falling before they could even react. His movements were precise, almost surgical, leaving no room for error. But finally, the rest of the guards in the room noticed the havoc he was wreaking. In unison, they raised their weapons and opened fire, bullets tearing through the air toward him, desperate to stop the whirlwind that had just decimated their ranks. What will happen next? Stay tuned for more. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing and liking the video for more content like this in the future. You can also read the latest chapters of Twinrova on Webtoons, or become a patron for early access to even more content.